So what originally brought the song to life was everybody knows me as the guy who writes like Call of Duty songs, who always like writes songs for, you know, different gaming related things. And in the past I've always wrote songs for FaZe and they were interested in that, and that's kind of what got me kind of my name and how people know me as is like the guy who raps. Enough's enough. Tell me what you're waiting for. Other people start to knock, but I just couldn't wait no more. I've never really been in a huge organizations. Right now I'm part of the Las Vegas Minigunners, but like I've always had this dream to join FaZe. And then like when 100 Thieves came around, I was like, oh dude, like Nadeshot's running it, and you know, I love their merch, and like right now I'm not wearing any gaming merch. I'm wearing Mike Stud's merch, but I love their merch, and I was like, dude, like having Nadeshot as like a friend and a boss, that's like a double whammy. You know, I was kind of like, hey dude, I'm like doing stuff that no one else is out here doing, and you know, I'm right here knocking on the door. I'm kind of being impatient, so I'm just gonna break in and be like, yo, here's this song. Shoulder shrugs and push asides made me want to break the door. Everybody loves the vibes, they begging me to make some more. Like I said, I just was like being really impatient. Like, you know, it's like, how do you get like a gaming organization to notice you without like getting like big numbers on your videos? Like if you're just a small dude, how are you gonna get their attention? I've made a song for Nadeshot in the past, and he reacted to it on his live stream, and he was like, yo, that's hard. I was making songs and everybody likes the gaming songs, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a 100 Thieves song. And I actually have another one that was written, but I went with this one instead. I want to join 100 Thieves. The problem is I fuck with them, but they don't really fuck with me. That's just like saying, you know, going back and saying, you know, like I love 100 Thieves, but they don't really know who I am right now, and like to like put myself in their spotlight because they're obviously looking to pick up new people. I'm just like, hey, I'm over here like crazy like Call of Duty player. I'm like, you know, good at every game, and also like we can do some crazy stuff that's never happened in the gaming community, so hit me up. If they don't really fuck with me, then they don't really fuck with Steve's. Honestly, let's give them time. One day they will have to see. I'm a huge Mike Stud fan, and he calls like his whole fan base Steve's, and like I call all my friends Steve's, so I ended up just like, it became a bad habit that I was just calling my fan base Steve's. So that's where the whole Steve came through. I know a lot of people know like I call my friend Steve, so that's where the whole Steve's thing comes into play. Imagine this, 100T and Bobby Lee. I know I'm sounding finicky. They just trying to be the best the whole time I've been the key. Honestly, it has to be. Imagine like a special teams without a Patrick McAfee. There's like so many things I don't want to say to like the public because there's like a lot of background things that I really think that the gaming community is going in a direction to where I think that I would be like the needle in a haystack and be able to like, you know, really blow this out of the water. Especially like now that like, if you really look at it, the gaming community and the hip hop industry is really coming together, and then the hip hop industry and sports really come together. So it's gonna be one big like circle of people like connecting. The fact that the gaming community and the hip hop community are connecting, it's kind of like my realm of where I'm going. You have like Offset, who's invested in FaZe, and you have Yachty, who's a part of FaZe, and then now Drake and Scooter, which are two icons in the hip hop and music industry today. They're a part of 100 Thieves, so you know, I feel something going on here, and I've been calling it for a couple years, and I'm still been sitting on this, and you know, eventually it will happen, and then you know, I can take 100 Thieves up here. The special teams and Patrick McAfee reference was talking about how, you know, like 100 Thieves has like the content and they have the esports, but they're, you know, that's like their offense and their defense, but where's your special team? I'm your special teams. And like if you look at a football team, you have players that are on the special teams that play on offense and defense. It's just how it is, and I could be one of those people, you know. I create content. I've never competed, but I feel like if I had to put in a situation that I could compete, I could do it. I've always been a top tier player in like majority of the games that I play, so I feel like that could happen. Also, like the special teams, which is kind of like what I don't want to give away, but the music part of 100 Thieves. I think that, you know, eventually some big things between gaming and music are going to happen, and I just want to be a part of it. I'm passing bars like a 2 a.m. Uber, BLS, Little Dicky, running shit is Scooter. So that's like kind of giving the hint of like what is going on in my mind of what is gonna happen in the future. Podcasts were like not a thing back then, and today if you look, everybody's doing podcasts. There's a lot of people that enjoy doing podcasts, and I'm one of them. I like listening to them, and I feel like music's in a weird stage now to where like anybody can put a song on TikTok and it blows up. But like, you know, let's as a gaming community and a gaming organization take this over, and we can make some pretty big things happen. All this nerdy shit, having girls think I'm a loser, but your boyfriend's looking up to me. I can be his tutor. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and like when I started, is like, dude, everybody like thought that it was the gayest thing ever, and they're like, oh, this is stupid and it'll never work out, and people are still thinking like, oh my god, is Brad trying to still do it on YouTube and stuff like that? And it's just like, dude, like if I didn't enjoy this, I wouldn't do it. You get what I'm saying? There's so many girls who like do not talk to me because I do make music and I do gaming stuff all the time, but like literally while your boyfriend's out cheating and doing all this stuff, I'm sitting here and I'm gaming with my homies. And so like that's kind of where the reference came from. Just, you know, a lot of people are just like making fun of me, but dude, I'm friends with your boyfriend, and he like looks up to me. He's always talking about how good I am at Fortnite and how good I am at Call of Duty. So I mean, who's really losing in this situation? Big shout out to Nadeshot. I never horse around because all I ever do is take shots. I just want to be added to what all of Jack and Ray got, and all you have to do is call me, kind of like a bank shot. So on my last song, Nadeshot, I gave him a shout out, so I was like, you know what, I have to give him a shout out in this one too, just because, you know, he's done great things. And the huge thing that I like about Nadeshot is like he is a top icon of the gaming community, and it's like he has not changed, and he's been down to earth the whole time. And I respect that, because there's a lot of people that I used to look up to that no longer do that, and I just quit watching them. I never horse around because all I ever do is take shots, and all you have to do is call me, kind of like a bank shot. That's all a horse reference. I used to play like pig and horse in my driveway back in the day, and you know, I never horse around because all I ever do is take shots, and all you have to do is call me, kind of like a bank shot. Is like when you're playing horse, you have to call your bank shot, or your opponent doesn't have to do it. It's just a nerdy reference that I thought would be cool if I threw that in there. I seen you picked up Brooke AB. The only thing you're missing out on is Brooke ain't me. They recently picked up Brooke AB, and you know, it's crazy to see how like I think she said she's only been streaming for a year, which is actually crazy, because like a lot of people in their mind think that, you know, maybe I can like do this for like a year and get done. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Before I even got any type of recognition, it was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years on YouTube before I got any type of recognition. I was still getting like 200 views on my videos and stuff like that. So I mean, like, it's a long process, but some people just get that luck factor. And so I was like, yo, you guys picked up Brooke, but you guys are still missing out on the special teams aspect. You added to the offense, but you got your special teams that you need to recruit. I got my finger on the trigger and there's no safety, and I'm a threat in every game like my name's KD. I had the KD verse written out, and I needed something to rhyme with it, and you know, like I usually try to throw in the game that I'm playing. And you know, I got my finger on the trigger and there's no safety. It's just like a hair trigger. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fire. Let's go. And then I'm a threat in every game like my name's KD. Is like, I truly feel that. Like every game that I've played ever, I mean, it could be Donkey Kong. No matter what, if I sink my time into it, like I'm a top tier player. I was with that in Fortnite, and I've always been that with Call of Duty as well. And that's just something that I personally feel. So like, you know, no matter what game it is, I'm a threat. Cause I'm a boss, always run it like a marathon. Last thing you will ever see is that my sniper glare is on. Sometimes when I'm like making music, I literally just like lose track of like what my mindset is, and I'll just have to freestyle. And I'm a boss, I'm gonna run it like a marathon. Just like came out, and I was like, okay, so like let's see if we can go off of this. And then like, if you watch my gameplay of like Fortnite or Call of Duty, I'm always running around, always in their spawn, always like putting pressure on people. So I feel like that line with the marathon aspect was, you know, mirroring my gameplay. Last thing you will ever see is that my sniper glare is on. So if you've played Modern Warfare, you know, everybody knows that if you see a sniper and they're zooming in at you, you see this flashlight, it's like a deer spotter, and you see that, and you know if like somebody's looking at you or if somebody's sniping right there. I've based my brand around sniping. I've dug in a little bit more of like red gunning and stuff like that, pub stomping, but majority of my stuff is like sniping. So the last thing you will ever see is that my sniper glare is on, because I don't miss. There's not a point within the day when my sniper aim ain't on. So tell me this, 100 Thieves, what could you be waiting on? Everybody thinks that they can go and help out the brand and like make the brand bigger, but the thing is, I know that I can. And if I sat down with like Nadeshot like tomorrow and told him all the things that I thought about, I would it'd probably be sealed, if you know what I'm saying. I've been sitting on this idea for like a year or two, and I've always wanted to pursue it with FaZe, but now I really want to pursue it with 100 Thieves, just because I've had some, like, you know, sour feeling about FaZe in the past. I still have a few members in there that I really like to watch, but majority of them, man, I just don't really like watching them that much. So, you know, that's why I was like, yo, so tell me this 100 Thieves, what could you be waiting on? Let's make some magic. If you guys haven't listened to the full song, make sure you go down in the description and listen to a 100 Thieves song. And hey, maybe one day it'll happen.